Okay, so the challenge problem is the same setup. Radius 20, radius 10 for the small circle.
Yep.
Okay, but this time, instead of rolling around the outside,
It's rolling on the inside.
it's rolling on the inside. And I want to know when, after 12 o'clock, is the next time that the arrow points up, and it's going to roll the same way. It's going to roll clockwise. Okay, it's going to roll clockwise around the circle.
Well, this time,
Well, I think the arrow goes the other way this time.
if you're rolling this way, the arrow will go that way.
Because as you roll it this way, the arrow comes up as you go this way.
Interesting.
So we'll, maybe if you're here, you've rotated the circle 90 degrees.
What time did you mean for that to be?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, okay. Alright, so what has happened at 3 o'clock?
So
Would be pointing, well, if you're rolling down, wouldn't it be a mirror of what we saw before? Wouldn't it be pointing out?
well, you're rolling it this way, so the arrow's spinning that way as it travels that way. So the circle travels this way, the arrow travels this way.
Alright, so
Well-
let's see if we can figure out what's happening at 3 o'clock. It's a good first step.
Well, I think what's happening, does the arrow, well, I think you're going to end up pointing like this.
Okay, why?
Well, because you're traveling this way as you're going this way. So I think it'll coincide with you going, with this arrow pointing straight across and the circle touching 3.
So this point here would be touching there.
Yeah, so that point touches, but
It's a good question. So what question were you just asking?
Well, what happens if it, well, would you try at 6 o'clock?
Well, no, but you just asked a good question about 3 o'clock, which was,
If this point touches
Yeah.
there.
right, so back to what we were talking about in the last one. What point is tangent at 3 o'clock? That's a very good question to ask.
What's the point opposite the arrow? It's the point opposite point of the arrow, the end of the arrow.
Why?
Well, it's not always.
well, I think it's the case because it's still rolling halfway around its circumference.
Ah,
So you're rolling around the diameter, so instead of this point tangent, it's this point.
okay. It's the same idea as before. It rolls halfway around. A quarter of the way around the big circle is halfway around the small circle. So it's now got the point opposite from where it started, is at 3 o'clock, touching there.
Yep.
And which way is the arrow pointing?
Ouch.
Okay. All right. What's the next time you want to take a look at?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Something like that.
Okay.
Well, it would be the same idea.
A little small, but
It would be rolling half of it. Well, it would be rolling half of its circumference.
Okay.
But that means it would do a full loop.
so it's going that way. Which means it's gonna head that way. Wait, no, it heads the arrow rotates in the opposite direction the circle moves.
Wouldn't it rotate down?
The circle's moving that way. So the arrow should rotate that way. But that would just get us back up to where we are here. And well, you could get to the same situation there.
Okay. Let's cut this into 2 parts.
Yeah.